Hi there, Mikey here. Super excited to be sharing this video. I was able to get my hands on this Vewlix F cabinet, and for the past couple months, been cleaning it up, putting it together, and really focusing on trying to make it so that I could run a bunch of consoles out of it. So right now I'm currently running a PS4, a Switch, a Raspberry Pi 4, and a MacBook Pro that's actually running Windows. That's what you're seeing right here. But yeah, the main goal was to make it so that I didn't have to open up the machine to switch controllers around and power things on. I wanted to be able to plug this in, turn it on, and yeah, not have to go inside of this main part, this main component. So yeah, the other thing I wanted to share was some of the choices that I made in parts, and also I'm going to do a little demo video of how I can go through each console without having to open up the machine. So yeah, without further ado, let's open her up. All right, so I guess we'll start with the bottom first. So let me open this guy up real quick. And yeah, one of the first things I did was I added these lights in here so I could actually see what I'm doing when I was putting this together. If you look at the very back, I don't know if you can really see it, but I do have it's a audio HDMI that comes out of the KVM switch. I'll have everything in the description as far as the parts. And then there's the KVM switch where everything is hooked into. Really tried to work on cable management in here as much as possible. I tried to keep it as clean as I could, but you know, there's a lot of cables in here. But yeah, as you can see, I've got the switch down here. I actually have the Joy-Con external in order for me to be able to turn this on. There's actually a workaround if you use a wireless Brook PCB, you're able to actually turn on the Switch and the PS4 from a button outside of the console, but it doesn't work with the Raspberry Pi, which is a real bummer. So I ended up having to use a Brook Ultimate Fight Board, which you'll see later. But yeah, I've got the MacBook Pro sitting here, I've got the PS4, and I've got the Raspberry Pi, and I've got the Switch down here. And then yeah, let's go look at the controller board up top. Okay, before I go into the joystick compartment, I actually wanted to show, this is an actual external piece for the KVM switch. So I'm actually running a line from the KVM under the Nessica board, and I have this here just Velcroed. It's not the best job, but it makes do. But yeah, I can switch in between the different consoles here. So, but yeah, let's go into the joystick here. So first off, this panel, man, Rafael Tamanini, great work. I ended up ordering this. This is an aftermarket piece. I actually got this as a one-player joystick panel. But yeah, now I've got 2 players, got all the buttons. Rafael does a great job. He also makes this sub panel here too as well. So I have like all the extra buttons like home and share. Also have like the volume. And then the other thing I have is an on and off switch, and I'll show you what those are for. This is to switch off the Brook boards to go into console modes. This is how you're able to not have to keep going in and out, unplugging your consoles, unplugging the Brooks boards. I actually have an on and off switch, and then what you do is you hold down a button and it puts it into a certain console mode. So when I do the video later on about how to go about switching between the consoles, you'll see how that works in action. So yeah, I really focused on trying to keep it as clean as possible with all of the wiring. I ended up getting a Jamma harness and just cutting all the wires and just doing all the wiring myself. But yeah, if we open this up as well, try to do this as slow as possible here. Yeah, so I have the Jamma harness going into this Psychic Drive is the name of the company. They make this PCB where you can run your Brooks boards into it, and then it goes into a Jamma harness. So yeah, so I have that right there, running there. All of this stuff under the hood here. This is something that I ordered off of the Big A. Also, I have the power switches. Those are all hooked up to the Brook boards. So it's basically a USB with an on and off switch. So it will turn it off and on, and I think it actually cuts the data off as well too when you turn the switches. But yeah, so anyways, I got all of that running through here. And oh yeah, let me do one more thing here. Let me show you the this thing. I ended up getting tokens for Taito tokens for the cabinet, and I wanted to use them, but the coin mech that I got was actually for yen. So instead of trying to buy a yen one, there's this company that makes this 3D printed thing where you could just basically put any coin you want and then it will just slide down, so I don't have to mess with any of that jargon. Anyways, but yeah, I think I could just run through the video now and show you how I run through each one of these consoles. All right, let's turn this baby on. So first thing you're gonna need to do is open it up, of course. There's a power switch down here. Turn that on, and then you're gonna have to turn on all your consoles. So I have a Joy-Con for a switch here. You actually need to put it inside in order for it to recognize it. So now I have it on. I just felt it vibrate. And I also have a controller for the PS4 that's sitting here. So PS button, here you go, bang. And then got a Raspberry Pi, need to turn that one on. So I have a switch down here as well. So I'm just gonna click that on. And that's it. I should be able to close this and not have to worry about opening this back up again. So yeah, first thing I'm gonna need to do is go into the switch, and here we go. I'll show you how to do this. So again, I have the Brook PCB running the joysticks, so you need to toggle them off and on in order to put them into a console mode by holding down a button config. So we will go into switch mode. I'm gonna turn this off. Here we go. Hold down the button, turn it on, and I should be able to hit the home button and then hit A, and boom. Here we go. Oh yeah, let me turn up the volume here too. So we got sound. Here we go. So there you go. Also, if you wanted to do, you want to have a second player as well, put player 2 in that button config mode, hit the home button, and player 2 should be working as well. Let's go into the PS4 now. So again, I have a KVM switch right back here. So yeah, turn off player 1, hold down the button config to go into PS4 mode, turn it on, hit the home button, and I should be good to go. Boom, let's update you later. I'm gonna let this load so I can show you player 2 on this as well. So here you go. Now turn this off, put it in PS4 mode, turn it back on, hit the home button, and I should be able to log in as the second player. Yeah, let's see if the Raspberry Pi has finally, yeah, it's already loaded emulation station. So I think really all I need to do is just hit a button and I'm in. I don't even need to turn it off and on. Somehow it already recognizes it with this KVM switch. Same thing for player 2. Let's see if that works. Yep, player 2 is already working, so I'm able to play. Yeah, and then last but not least, I will go into my MacBook Pro that's running Windows with an external hard drive. So yeah, all I gotta do is I actually have a little keyboard here, just chilling, and just turn this on. Now we've got coin ops running, and I should be able to already switch between everything. Yeah, so there you go. This is how you switch through consoles with the KVM switch. Again, I could go back to switch mode. Let's do that. Turn this off, put it into switch mode, and then controller should be working. So I could just switch between all media sources. Let's go back to the PS4 one more time. We'll do one more test. Turn this off. PS4. I have logged out, so I'll need to log in again as someone. And yeah, there you go. Now we can play Street Fighter or play whatever. So yeah. All right. Of course, I can't do a video without showing this in action. So here we go. Hope you guys enjoyed learning how to consolize your Vewlix. Took a lot of learning, a lot of forums, and yeah, super excited that now I have this as the end result. So hopefully this inspires you to do that as well. So here we go.